Perhaps you were meant to hear this today. Maybe these words reached you today for a reason. Not because anyone knows the unseen. Not because anyone can tell you exactly why Allah placed this reminder before you. Only Allah knows what is hidden. But perhaps your heart needed this reminder more than you realized. Allah's timing has never been random. Even when it feels confusing, it has always been perfect. Maybe you've been waiting for your dua to be answered, waiting for relief, waiting for a door to open, waiting for your life to finally change. You've prayed, you've cried, you've remained patient, yet the answer still hasn't come. And perhaps you've quietly wondered, Ya Allah, did you hear me? Never mistake a delay for abandonment. Sometimes Allah delays something because He is preparing something greater than you can imagine. Sometimes He is preparing you. Think back to the moments you believed you were ready, only to realize later that you weren't. There were opportunities you desperately wanted, yet Allah kept those doors closed. There were people you prayed would stay, yet Allah allowed them to leave. There were dreams you believed would complete your life, yet Allah redirected your path somewhere completely unexpected. Looking back, perhaps what once felt like disappointment was actually divine protection. This is the part of Allah's wisdom we often struggle to understand. We only see today. Allah sees your entire journey. You see a closed door. Allah sees what waits beyond it. You see delay. Allah sees the growth taking place inside your heart. You see loss. Allah sees the harm He is protecting you from. You only know today. Allah already knows every tomorrow you'll ever live. If your life feels confusing right now, don't assume you've been forgotten. Allah reminds us that He is with those who remain patient. Patience doesn't mean never crying. It doesn't mean never feeling tired. It doesn't mean pretending everything is okay. Patience means continuing to return to Allah, even when your heart feels heavy. It means making dua, even when the answer hasn't arrived. It means trusting Allah, even when the road ahead cannot be seen. Perhaps you've been spending too much time worrying about tomorrow, thinking about problems that haven't happened, trying to control a future that hasn't arrived. But Allah has only given you this moment, this breath, this salah, this opportunity to remember Him. Don't allow tomorrow's worries to steal today's blessings. Maybe there is something you need to release, a painful memory, a relationship, a regret, a version of yourself that no longer exists. Sometimes we hold on because we're afraid we'll have nothing left. But surrender isn't always losing. Sometimes surrender is the highest form of trust. Sometimes it simply means saying, Ya Allah, I don't understand your plan, but I trust you more than I trust my own understanding. When this reminder ends, don't ask yourself whether it was coincidence. Ask yourself something much more important. What will I do now? Will you return to salah? Will you finally make the dua you've been delaying? Will you forgive someone? Will you leave behind the habit that's been pulling your heart away from Allah? Maybe perfect timing isn't about when this reminder found you. Maybe it's about what you choose after hearing it. One day, you'll look back at this chapter of your life, and you'll finally understand. You'll understand why certain doors never opened, why some people had to leave, why the answer came later than you hoped, why the trials that almost broke you actually built the strongest version of your faith. Until that day, keep trusting Allah. You may never understand His timing today, but one day, you may thank Him for every delay. Always remember this. Nothing in your life happens outside Allah's knowledge. Nothing in your future exists outside His mercy. So keep walking toward Him, because the timing you struggle to understand today may become the greatest blessing you'll ever be grateful for.